I want to point out an error that I made in a previous video where we added in the video player component. This prop of video ID is set to a string, but it should actually be a number. So we're just going to change that quickly right now. So the Nuxt link component isn't just for internal links, it also works for external links. With external links, the Nuxt link component doesn't wrap router link from view router, but we're still getting some magic. By default, it will add the no refer and no opener values to help keep our links secure. Now, let's take the path that we're computing in the template and instead pre-compute it and add it directly on to the lesson data itself. This is helpful because it moves logic out of the template, and the route or path for each lesson is something we'll likely need later on, so it's nice to have it already on the object. First, we'll need to modify each lesson of each chapter of the course. We can do this using maps. So far, this does nothing other than deeply clone the entire course data object. To add on a new path property to each lesson, we'll copy this template that we already have here. And we'll paste it into the lesson object in useCourse. Now we can replace that template with lesson.path. And clicking around, we can see that our app still works. Great. The navigation right now is good, but it doesn't give the user any context for where they are in the list of lessons. It's a small thing, but it would be nice to show a bit more. So let's highlight the lesson we're currently on with a different text color. To do this, we'll use the router link active class. This is a feature from ViewRouter that lets us style the currently active link. Once we refresh the page, we can see that our current lesson that we're on is highlighted in blue. Using @apply lets us add a Tailwind utility class to another CSS class, and it comes in handy here. And since we're using Tailwind in this project, there's actually another way that I prefer. We can use dynamic classes on our Nuxt link and check our lesson path against the current route in order to determine which Nuxt link is the active one. Once we refresh, we can see that this method works as well. I like this method of styling the active link better because it keeps all of the styling for this navigation section together. Co-locating similar code in one spot makes it much easier to understand and update in the future. If we used the other method, we'd have to hunt around a bit more in order to find where to change the styling for the active links. Of course, our project is quite small right now, so it's not a big deal. But this does make a significant difference on larger production-ready applications. Most of your time ends up being reading and understanding the code, with a small part actually modifying the code. So if you can make your code easier to read and easier to understand, you'll get a lot of benefits from that.